The first time I saw her was from the safety of the observation deck far above the landing field. Her ship was unlike anything in the fleet, vast curved wings etched with glowing symbols, each taller than buildings. She emerged from the bay doors with a kind of presence that silences every conversation around you. 35 feet of pure alien elegance, her skin shimmered in the pale light, shifting from deep violet to luminous silver. Her eyes, with the size of my head, pools of molten gold that locked onto me almost instantly. I froze. My hand still gripped the railing when she tilted her head and smiled. The crowd around me whispered names and titles: Titaness, Warden, Protector of the Rift, but she didn't seem to care about anyone else. She took a single step forward, and the ground shuddered beneath her weight. "You are small," she said, her voice deep and resonant, shaking the air, "but I think you are cute." My heart nearly stopped. Every instinct screamed to back away, but my legs refused to move. I had been around alien envoys before, but never one that could casually lift a shuttle in one hand and probably sweat a fighter craft out of the sky with the other. She crouched low, her massive face filling my entire vision. Her breath smelled faintly of something sweet and metallic. I could feel the heat radiating off her skin as she studied me with obvious amusement. "You will come with me," she said, as if stating a universal truth. I stammered something between a protest and a question, but her huge fingers curled around me, scooping me up with terrifying gentleness. One moment, I was standing on the deck. The next, I was in her palm, looking down at the shrinking platform far below. She carried me back into her ship. The corridors were scale for her immense size, towering walls and arched ceilings glowing with soft alien light. Her steps were smooth, but each one vibrated through my bones. She finally reached a massive chamber at the ship's heart and set me down on a cushioned platform the size of my apartment. "You will stay here," she said. "It is mine now, so are you." My mind spun. "What do you mean, mine?" I managed to say. My voice cracked. She smiled, a slow, patient smile that was somehow more dangerous than any display of force. "Where I come from, when we find something small and pleasing, we keep it," she said softly, running a finger along the edge of the platform, almost brushing against my arm. "You are pleasing to me, little one." Days passed in a surreal haze. She would check on me often, sometimes lifting me effortlessly into her hand to study me from different angles. Sometimes she'd set me on her shoulder as she moved through her duties, letting me see the galaxy from her height. I learned her name was Velara. She commanded fleets, brokered treaties, and could crush a battleship with her bare hands, yet when she looked at me, it was with an odd mix of curiosity and possession. She would ask endless questions about my species, my habits, my weaknesses, and strengths. Every answer seemed to amuse her, even when I tried to be serious. At night, she would bring me to a smaller, relatively speaking, sleeping alcove carved into the curve of her own quarters. She claimed it was safer there. I suspected it was so she could keep me close. Her version of play was unlike anything I had experienced. Sometimes she would set me in the middle of the table and place small objects around me to see how I'd react. Other times, she'd simply watch me walk across her palm, as if every step I took was endlessly fascinating. Once I tried to sneak out, not to escape exactly, but to explore. The ship was vast and alien, and my curiosity got the better of me. I made it to the corridor before her voice rolled through the air like thunder. "Little one," she said with mock sternness. In moments later, the ceiling above me opened, and her enormous hand descended. She plucked me up between two fingers and brought me to her face again. Her smile was sharp yet playful. "You do not wander unless I carry you." I should have been terrified, but there was something strangely comforting about her certainty. Her control over my situation was absolute. Yet she never hurt me, never even truly scared me beyond the scale of her existence. Weeks blurred into a rhythm. I would wait to find her already watching me, sometimes resting her chin on her palm as her golden eyes followed my every move. She fed me strange but delicious food from her own stores, carefully portioning pieces small enough for me to eat. She even crafted a set of tiny tools so I could build small devices, more for her amusement than necessity. "You are clever," she said one evening, turning a little machine I'd built between her fingers. "But no matter how clever you are still mine." I should argue, but the truth was I had grown accustomed to her presence, the scale of her world, the constant thrum of her ship, the strange safety of being in her care. It was intoxicating in its own way. One night, as the ship drifted in orbit above a crimson gas giant, she set me on a balcony overlooking the storms below. The air shimmered with alien light. She crouched behind me, her shadow swallowing me whole. "You see," she murmured, "the galaxy is vast, dangerous, and cold, but you are here warm and close. That is how I like it." I glanced up at her towering figure, realizing that I was no longer thinking about how to leave. Her massive hand rested on the railing behind me, her pinky alone taller than I was, yet I felt safe. She tilted her head, studying me again. You understand now why I keep you. She did not wait for me to answer. Instead, she gently scooped me up, settling me into the curve of her shoulder as we watched the storms together. From that moment, I knew the truth. The 35-foot-tall alien Titaness didn't just think I was cute. She had made me part of her world, her possession, her personal plaything. And I was beginning to realize I didn't want to be anywhere else.